internet thingy. Weber internet thingy. Weber internet thingy. Come on, check this out. Weber internet thingy. Weber internet thingy. Weber internet thingy. The good times are never in doubt. Weber internet thingy. Come on, enjoy the fun. Weber internet thingy. We got the blues on the run. Get away from that big mean world and come have lots of dumb fun. Get away from that big mean world and come have lots of dumb fun.
Strange old trekkers with that Star Trek jive. Strange old trekkers, let's talk about it live. Strange old trekkers, Eric, Joe, and John. Strange old trekkers, settle in 'cause it's on.
All right, friends. It is getting very classically Star Trek around here, which is another nice way of saying, hey, the old guys who like Star Trek are starting their show. You should join us for that. And indeed, that is what we shall do. I still haven't made an opening sequence to the show. I might by the last episode of this season. It could happen. I'm Captain John, and of course, I am joined every week by the SB80 staff, the officers of SB80. And let me bring forward, he is the best damn first officer in the fleet. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend and yours, it's Commander Joe Townsell. How are you, Commander?
I'm doing great, Captain, and thank you so much for the nice intro, as always. And I got to tell you, if Strange New Worlds teaches me anything, it teaches me that everything new is old again.
Wow, that's a nice way of putting it. Holy cow. You know, we should probably end the show here.
That's it. That's all enough said, but we can't do that because we got to bring on our Chief Petty Officer.
Our Chief Petty Officer. Oh, folks, do you know CPO Eric Kramer?
Yeah, part of the staff, evidently. What the F? Like, holy crap. First of all, a man can't get a goddamn promotion on this rickety piece of crap. And now evidently I'm starting to feel like I'm being demoted.
Demoted?
Yeah, I'm staff.
Of course you're staff. You're CPO.
If you're calling me staff when your air goes up.
All right. No need to start throwing elbows, Kramer. Look, we are here to
elbows up, baby, elbows up.
We are here to talk about our fantastic episode this week of Strange New Worlds. And we, as the strange old trekkers, well, you know, we like to do it our way. So here we go. Let's get started and let's talk about this episode. Oh, my friends, this one is a loaded baked potato of an episode. There's so much going on with this one. First off, does anybody know off the top of their heads who our director is in this episode?
Jonathan Frakes.
It's Frakesy.
Really?
Yes.
John Frakes.
Really?
John
Got a couple of
Frakes.
tidbits about him later,
I
actually.
know that. And
Yes.
let me tell you, I find that amazing.
You know,
Considering some of the choices.
yeah, here's the thing that makes it very Frakes to me, and that is Frakes loves the close-up. Like, he's got an old-timey love. He's got like a 1991 love for the close-up, and that does happen a lot in this episode. I always found it jarring watching his films, but it looks a bit like a Frakes episode, and it's a very playful episode, so that works as well. And there's a very good reason. I'm sorry, Mr. Kramer, were you jumping in there?
Nope.
So it's directed by Jonathan Frakes. This episode is, of course, called A Space Adventure Hour. It is officially the fourth episode of season 3 of Strange New Worlds. And it was written by Dana Horgan, who does not have an obvious biography that I could find, but co-written by Catherine Lynn. Catherine Lynn is a pretty fantastic writer. She actually comes to Star Trek from the cartoon of Lower Decks.
Oh,
Should have known.
She is a comedian and a Hugo Award nominated writer, and she has been involved in 3 of the franchise series, including this one, Strange New Worlds. Now, Catherine Lynn, I imagine, was going for a certain style here. And if we want to show it to the folks, we should show it to the folks. So we should probably, if everybody is comfortable, we can go into the beats. Are you ready?
yep.
As will ever be.
All right, folks, we are going into...
Or not.
There we go. Oh, StreamYard. It's time for the beats every week. In the beats, our own Joe Townsend puts together for us a delightful compendium of beautiful images to look at while we are listening to him explain what the hell we just watched. And so here we go, folks. Here's the beats.
Blast off to cosmic fun of galactic proportions. Holodeck hijinks ensue during the thrills and chills of A Space Adventure Hour. Join the strange old Trekkers as they recap and review this week's far-out space nutty episode of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Fade in to a garish command center adorned with pastel colors in hopes of selling color TVs in the 1960s. Who's sitting in the captain's chair? It looks like Lieutenant Kirk from the Farragut, but it's not. Although this guy doesn't actually look much like Kirk either. But he makes an attempt to sound like him, delivering a Shatner impression even worse than Joe Townsend's.
That's bad.
Here, he's captain of the USS Adventure. We're all children of the cosmos. Chapel is first officer, wearing a dopey yet fetching pink mini dress. Ortegas is a doctor, not a smart-ass helmsman. On screen is an alien with cheesy makeup and puppet arms. She fires up her nuclear lasers to seal the crew's brain cells before fleeing. Cut to opening credits, but not those of Strange New Worlds. Welcome to The Last Frontier. Galaxies, The Last Frontier. This is the tale of the USS Adventure on its 84-month mission as it treks across the furthest reaches of the universe, striving to find unknown life, unexplained phenomena, and new space destinations. To go forward, to go beyond, to go further and bolder than anyone ever before. This opening narration brought to you by Buzz Lightyear. Okay, enough silliness. Yeah, right. It's down to business on the Enterprise. the crew is scanning yonder collapsing star. As usual, it's all routine, until it's not. Number 1 and Pike are having a powwow with La'an. Back at Starbase, they installed something Pike calls a recreation room. Una corrects him. It's a holodeck. They want La'an to give it a proper shakedown. La'an takes a few minutes to get a doohickey attached to her neck, so the AI can pull fun imaginary scenarios directly from her brain. Also, she wants to bust out more dance moves with Spock. Okay, back to the silliness. Actually, did we ever stop? La'an decides to enact a murder mystery starring her favorite private dick, Dixon Hill. Oh, sorry. Make that Amelia Moon, another detective immortalized in the 1960s. After exposition confirming that Paley is once again absent, this time for shore leave, Scotty is anxious to help test the new AI tech, the holodeck, where nothing can possibly go wrong. Scotty uses transporter records so the Strange New Worlds cast can also overact as the holodeck mystery characters. After getting all decked out as her favorite lady detective, La'an fires up the program. The familiar black walls with yellow piping transform into a lavish 1960s mansion. Predictably, the players are all on hand, who resemble the Enterprise crew. Also present, a murder victim with a neck bloodied by strangulation. The suspects are all connected to The Last Frontier, the dopey Space Adventure Hour. Oh, so that's why the weird teaser was relevant. Uhura is Johnny Glass, the frazzled agent. Pike is the series creator, T.K. Bellows, mocking Gene Roddenberry. Way to go, Kurtzman. Kirk is the temperamental star, Maxwell Saint. Geez, does this version of Kirk ever report to duty on the Farragut? Ortegas is Lee Woods, who plays the Doctor on the show, but wants to write westerns. Hey, maybe she could contribute to another Trek episode this one rips off, A Fistful of Datas. Chapel is Adelaide Shaw, who reluctantly stars on the show. She's a legitimate thespian after all. And Mabinga is a rock star, Anthony McBow, who has almost no dialogue both on the holodeck and in sickbay. Finally, Una is Sonny Lupino. This scenario is Lucille Ball. So, which of these Hollywood stereotypes killed the executive upstairs? La'an suspects Sonny. She has the motive, but is soon cleared after she expires after drinking a poison martini. The first of 10 little Indians down. Agatha Christie would be proud. Not. La'an is still up to the challenge, but wants an assist. She summons Spock, who doesn't even bother getting in costume. The usual mystery tropes commence. High emotions, denials, interrogations. And the next murder victim is Lee. La'an finds 2 key clues in the fireplace, a reel of film, and the murder weapon. She and Spock fire up the old-fashioned projector to watch the movie, which is actually behind-the-scenes footage of The Last Frontier. Spock gently but firmly pulls La'an out of harm's way when a chandelier comes crashing down. Pay attention, that will be important later. They must be getting too close for comfort. Uh-oh! La'an's cheek is bleeding from a flying shard of glass. Loving the excitement, but she's also bleeding. The safety protocols aren't working. Well, we've never seen this before, have we? Worse, the holodeck can't be shut off. We've never seen this before either. Outside in the real world, as real as this version of the Enterprise gets anyway, Scotty is struggling to fix the holodeck. He tells number 1, "It's just a wee bug. And all is well." Yeah, right. Pike ponders. You know, with us approaching a collapsing star, maybe it wasn't a great time to play with some power-draining holodeck. Oh well, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Hat in hand, Scotty covertly seeks help from Uhura. Pike notices the engineer entered the bridge, then promptly ignores him, despite the current crisis. Uhura figures out how to contact La'an on the holodeck. Ah, that Uhura. She's the real miracle worker. Mr. Scott inserts himself into the movie La'an and Spock are watching within the mystery scenario. He tells them that all they have to do is let the story play out, the program will terminate, and they'll just be hunky-dory. Nope, never seen this twist before either. TK is now the prime suspect. He has an alibi, but he also has a gun. Turns out the show he created wasn't canceled. He was just being replaced. Hey, let's poop on Roddenberry's legacy some more, shall we? TK came to the studio head to get his job back. Well, too late. We've already hired Harv Bennett and Nicholas Meyer. But TK didn't kill the others. He fires his pistol, hitting Spock. Ah, thank goodness Spock sustained only a flesh wound. Then, Lon has a revelation. This isn't Spock. He's the killer. Following Lon's earlier request, the holodeck created someone who could defeat Lon herself, not just her character. Nope, we've definitely never seen anything like this before. Elementary Dear Data, anyone? I've had a fistful of Spock situation. The mystery is over. End program. Lon and Scotty officially recommend Starfleet not install holodecks on starships. They're too dangerous for now. Let's wait about 100 years until they can create havoc on TNG, DS9, and Voyager. Una puts on her captain's hat to remind Scotty about the virtues of teamwork. Again, where the hell is Pike? Kirk will have no trouble dealing with Scotty later on. Earlier, Lon had a tender moment with holodeck Spock. She visits the real Spock to resume their dance sessions, easily the best feature of both episodes that have featured them. During their chat, Lon reveals that Holo Spock was a little cold. Ah, not so real Spock. They smooch. Boy, Spock changes women like other guys change their socks. First to Pring, then Christine, now La'an. This version of the famous Vulcan is a bigger himbo and male slut than the ship's captain. Who'd have thunk it? Bleep, bleep, bleep. That's all, Trekkers.
All righty. As we talk about this episode,
Yeah, John's having a
New World.
John's
And,
trapped in the
Hey, little
holodeck.
Trekkers. Yeah, how you feeling about this?
You first, Eric.
Oh Jesus! Why me first? Where? I don't know.
Would you like to pass it over to someone else?
Jumps into my head is why.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why? Why did we need this episode?
I feel it's very, very
You only get
self-referential.
10 in a season.
Oh, well. Yeah. No, that's true.
I mean, yeah, the ratio is way off as far as goofy to, more dramatic, obviously.
Yeah.
And how much of this have we seen before?
All of it.
As Council pointed
Right.
out in the
How
in
much
the
of this
beats,
was even original?
it's all a riff. It's all a play off of, which I don't necessarily think should happen, but that's what we got.
Like the old detective stuff, what? And
Yeah.
was anybody else? See, this is why I reacted to the Frakes thing off the top. And maybe this is just because I'm an old man. Maybe it's just because I grew up with the original series. Was anybody else kind of put off and offended by how badly they sent up? Like this was supposedly 1969, 1970, right?
Yeah.
So why make it look like a Saturday morning children's show? Like why? Don't you think they could have gotten far more play because they put so much effort into the costumes? I will say the costume and makeup people must be having a blast on this show.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And God bless them. I mean, the detective stuff all looked phenomenal.
Yeah. Yeah.
So why not make the fucking episode look more like Star Trek? Do you know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
yeah, because it looked bad for Lost in Space.
maybe the joke is the lighting across
Yeah.
Kirk's eye.
Yeah.
Like the alien on the screen, it wasn't even a screen. It was like a puppet show. Wouldn't it have been better? Wouldn't it have been better if somehow it's got to be in the Paramount vault somewhere where they got that old head on
Baylock?
Yeah, if they got Baylock out and used that. Now, wouldn't that have been more? I mean, even the opening credits of the faux Star Trek show was just like, come on.
Oh, I lose you both. Oh no.
We'll let John work on that for a minute, but Eric, I totally agree.
I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now the joke I was going to make at this juncture was that, I enjoyed parts of this episode because I enjoyed it 40 years ago.
Yeah. I would just think that, I don't know, lean into what you're spoofing. Do you know what I mean? If you're going to do a Shatner impression, go full Shatner.
Oh, you don't feel that he did?
No. Like there were little bits and moments.
Yeah.
But people had to comment on it for you to understand what he was trying to do. John?
I think you shocked him into submission there.
Once again.
Joe, do you know what I mean though? Like it just feels like if you're going to do it, then do it. Like I would have liked to have seen, like it was so sent up and it was so kid show, right down to those ridiculous costumes that and by the way, kudos to the costume people.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. Like just visually the show looked great.
Do you guys remember a kid show called The Bugaloos?
Why not lean into what those shows actually looked like back in the day? It wasn't fucking Doctor Who. It was Star Trek.
Right. Joe, what were you saying?
Sorry about that. No, do you guys remember a Sid and Marty Krofft show called The Bugaloos?
Yes.
That's what Chapo looked like.
That's what it reminded me of. It was HR puffing stuff in space.
Actually, it wasn't even Lost in Space quality. And what's the point of that? Is
like
Eric
even
said.
Lost in Space quality would have been cool.
Well, sure, it was better than that.
Yeah, I think it's funny because it looked to me like the producers said, in order to make this fake show, we're going to give you a budget. And the budget is $200. Like they gave them the least amount to work with. But I just want to throw this in.
It was so in that direction that's a choice. That's not a budget. That's not a budget thing.
Here's
an
the
absolute choice.
Let me just say this. I strongly feel that when we were watching it's not called Last Frontier. Is that what it's called? When we're watching Last Frontier, you have seen this, correct? You have seen the episode of Black Mirror called the USS Callister.
I would have loved to have seen that.
This looked to me like that's more like the bridge of the Callister than it was the bridge of any Star Trek show.
Couldn't disagree more. That Black
I don't have photos.
Was fabulous. And that, I'll tell you what, that Black Mirror episode lived in that time. Like it lived in that environment.
I really feel that they were trying to have it both ways. They were trying to say, we're not making fun of the original series. We're not, but we are. And I honestly think that the cheapness, I mean, look, we already gave the a spoiler alert. So we're going deep in. honestly, for me, the last part, the end credits where they're basically running the blooper reel like they used to
Yeah.
show at Star Trek conventions. I loved that.
Did you? It drove me crazy.
And
Well,
I
Eric, you got to. I mean, the one part that I loved was Paul Wesley trying to throw his leg over the chair with the rocket maneuver.
That made me laugh only
It did.
because I had literally just watched a YouTube video on the Riker maneuver. And so I got the joke, and that actually put a bit of a smile on my face. The only thing I loved about the blooper reel at the end was him adjusting his hair.
Yes.
On the camera. I thought that was genius, but the rest of it was so set up, so put on. What makes blooper reels funny is that they're actually bloopers.
Well, it was a Pixar blooper reel.
Pretending that they're messing up.
Yeah, they make bloopers for Pixar movies. It's the same thing, and
right.
And
Fake.
moving beyond the Last Frontier segments, it's the thing that really unsettled me. I touched on it. Roddenberry was no saint. He was a flawed man, to be sure, but I didn't feel the least bit of respect for him in this at all.
Yeah.
And they couldn't figure out if they're going to just dump on early Star Trek or praise it. The Uhura character in the holodeck went on about inspirational sci-fi shows that would get canceled prematurely, and I can get behind that. But then in the same scene, they're doing something stupid again to knock it. I didn't get where they're coming from at all.
Yeah, what'd you have there, Eric?
No. I was just commenting. I'm agreeing with Joe. I'm like, how much of that did you see? You suddenly get this speech out of nowhere, and I'm like, well, all right, well, you're guilty of everything she's saying she hates about the business.
It's wild to look at this one, especially from our point of view, because I mean, we know there were problems with the old Star Trek. There were a lot of moments that I felt this was new Star Trek commenting on original Star Trek. And I'm not sure how I feel about that, because new Star Trek ain't perfect. That's for sure.
No, yes, like the USS Grey's Anatomy. We're going to get to that later in the conversation, but which I will tell you, I've embraced. I've embraced the USS Grey's Anatomy. I have. When they got to that kiss at the end, I actually cheered. I was so happy for Spock. You have no idea.
I wasn't lying, and
there we go.
One of my favorite parts of the season are the two dance
There's a couple I can root for.
Yeah. I honestly feel the same way. I absolutely love the two dancing.
I love her, and I love the two of them together. John Bueller,
who plays La'an. Christina Chong sings as well as dances. And she has an album coming out, and the first single from the album is a duet between her and Ethan Peck.
Oh, no shit. Oh, that's interesting.
But it's not from Subspace Rhapsody. It's something new.
I really warmed to her as an actress and her character, frankly.
Same here. Same here.
I really thought she carried her own in this episode. Look, regardless of what I thought about it, like as a script, I really felt like she held her own. I really felt like she carried this episode completely.
Yes, this was a La'an episode. I mean, the B story
was giving away my MVP, but no, I thought any beefs I have with this show certainly were not with her.
I've said it before. I will say it again. I used to rail against this character. I thought putting a crabby emo teenage girl on the show was a bad idea. I don't know that anyone else felt that way about the character of La'an. And I have admitted that the first sappy episode that they did with her, where she is in an alternative timeline, her and James T. Kirk in Toronto. It's called Tomorrow and Tomorrow. I had to look it up.
And
That
tomorrow.
was tomorrow. That was the episode where she goes through this adventure with this version of James Kirk, and she falls for him like a ton of bricks. And my immediate reaction was, oh no, that happens with James Kirk. Like women fall in love with him. And the fact that it happened to her, one of our lead characters, that showed me a vulnerability that I really loved to see. And ever since then, I have seen it in her. And I really have turned completely around. Christina Chong is one of my favorite actors on the show now.
Yeah, I have to admit, I'm quite digging her as an actress and what she brings to this role now. Plus, they're writing to it now.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, the writing gets better.
It's kind of cool when the writers figure it out.
Yeah.
And they go, oh, that works. Let's lean into this.
Joe, do you find it strange that there is a new romance on board and it's Spock again? I mean, you definitely touched on it in the beats. It's Spock again, and now it's La'an. Is that strange to you?
Well, yes. I mean, I want to follow up briefly on what you guys are just saying. The character of La'an was written badly. She was, at the beginning of the series, she was dour and humorless and sullen almost. And it's like, now that she's able to come into her own, we're starting to dig her, and especially now. Now, to answer your question, John, yes, of course. I mean, I think it would have made a lot more sense if they want to go that route at all. Okay, T'Prima's going to be there regardless.
Yeah,
I think the whole thing with Christine Chapel was useless.
Yeah,
it's totally flies in the face of continuity, which we try to overlook a lot of things, but that's a big one.
That's a big one.
And why not just move straight from T'Pring to La'an? They could have been, hooking up last year.
You know what? I'll tell you what. I'll bet you that was never in the plans.
Oh, I agree.
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
No
You
doubt.
know what I mean? I think they absolutely stumbled on this. I think they got real cute with the Christine thing, which I think backfired big time.
Yeah, I agree.
It destroyed the Spock character.
Yeah.
For anybody that follows Star Trek. It destroyed that character, and it made you kind of hate Nurse Chapel.
Yeah, she's not a great person considering all the moves she's made.
Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
Kind of selfish, kind of uncaring, kind of fucking mean.
Kind of dumb and oblivious, and these were not things that classic Star Trek.
See what you call dumb and oblivious, I see as intentional.
Oh, really?
Like not calling, like that's how it comes across. Like that's somebody who only thinks about themselves. That's not dumb and unintentional. That's selfish and a bit of a sociopath.
Which, with this freewheeling, she's, no one can hold her down. She's a free spirit, Nurse Chapel, which never existed. Nurse Chapel was buttoned up. She was kind of a nerdy science gal when Majel Barrett played her in TOS. And I liked that. I liked who she was. And she had this unrequited love for Spock. I liked that.
And the problem is that now, I mean, even though there's an obvious disconnect, but if you look at it, from A to Z chronologically, now it's kind of put a taint on Majel Barrett's Christine Chapel that's going to come later. It's like, maybe Spock just giving her a hard time because she did it to him.
I mean, honestly, it doesn't make any sense with, adding this to what happens later in the original series. But I will say, back to the fun conversation we were having, honestly, I'm going to guess, because I think that Ethan Peck and Christina Chong,
right.
I think a while ago they had to start working on dancing.
Mm-hmm.
And for that, what was it? Episode 2 in this season. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Wedding Bell Blues. They knew that was going to happen. And so I think they were rehearsing it. They were practicing it. And I think they or somebody watching them or everyone said, that is some chemistry right there.
I completely agree. I completely agree. I think everything that's happening with the two of them now came directly out of that. And somebody went, oh, that's fire. And I'll tell you what it is. And you know why it is, too, is because it feels weirdly organic.
Yes. No, that chemistry is not strange. That is
like
not.
That whole chapel thing was always fucking forced.
Yeah.
And
it came out of left field and didn't feel right ever.
No, and like I say, it destroyed Spock as a character in this series. Like it just made him suddenly unbelievable, you know?
That he's like the sad guy with the drooping flower.
My God. Like drinking alone at the bar and getting up, like, please, what the fuck? But you know what? I told you, I let that go. I've embraced the USS Grey's Anatomy. And I did. When I saw the two of them get together, it made me so fucking happy. You have no idea. I was like, yeah, there we go.
I was too. I actually whooped when they kissed. I will not lie. I whooped. And I love watching them dance. Holy cow. She's a great dancer.
You know what was great? You know what was great about the kiss? And I hope they fucking keep this. Was Spock felt weirdly like Spock.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? He didn't go to this weird fucking emotional place.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like he fucking eyeballed her, and you know all the like you can feel it. Like if there's anything going on with them in real life, well, I'm telling you that stuff you can't fake that stuff.
I did.
Well, and here's another way of looking at it, guys. With Spock and La'an, you're anticipating the first kiss. A couple close calls. Okay, come on. With Christine, it was always cringe.
Yeah, and that first kiss, I'll tell you what, that first kiss was never forced because I was like when she first came in for the dance, it is. Come on, face it. We're talking about this like Grey's Anatomy. It is. It's a fucking soap opera right now. We're talking about this now like Sex in the City. USS Sex in the City, 1701. When she came in and they did that first dance, like when they got face to face, I was like, oh no, don't, Jesus, stop it. But when we got back around to the end of the show, like that first kiss was like Spock felt like Spock.
Yeah.
Like she felt like it goes back to that what I was talking about, like in the movie when Spock was fucking Uhura. Spock fucks everybody. There's your t-shirt. Spock fucks.
Well, that's gonna happen when you have hot Spock.
Yeah, he is hot Spock.
I mean, what are you gonna do? I did want to.
That's what that relationship suddenly felt like. Do you know what I mean? Like it really felt like he felt. That's the most in character I've sort of seen him, and in this series to date.
Yeah, this tremendous moment too of him basically saying, "Yeah, I felt it too," but saying it in the most Spock way possible, saying very little. And you know, great eye contact. But I did want to throw this at you guys as well. In the actual mystery, where La'an is dressed up like Carmen Sandiego.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It felt,
great outfit.
I mean, rock on. But did you, for any moment, for even a second, did you think that was the real Spock?
No, I called it right out of the gate.
I have to admit, you guys, it fooled me.
She walks into the holodeck. He's already there. So right there, I'm going, is he part of the hologram? Is he part of the holo story? Yes, he is. We'd have to go the whole episode to find that out, But yes, it was
No,
never
I
the real
called it.
Spock.
I called it as soon as she walked in.
No,
and saw it.
you're both smarter than me on this one.
No,
I
it's
didn't
not.
get it.
It's not smarter, and I'll tell you why. Because he suddenly he was acting like Spock, but too far the other fucking way.
Right.
Like you put Nimoy in that situation. Nimoy was always fucking curious.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was always the eye. That was always the eyebrow. His was always fascinating.
Yes.
Is that? And this Spock was so fucking removed and so devoid of anything that I'm like, why is he suddenly doing this? Oh, I think I know why.
I appreciate Eric. You're refuting my claim that I'm not as smart as you, but I guess for me, I just didn't click until it was revealed, and of course, in retrospect, I go, of course, for all the reasons you mentioned.
I mean, it's funny too. He gets shot, and I'm like, "Are we going to see green blood?" Nope. No blood.
Well,
yeah,
you did see a little. You did see a little on that.
He was grazed. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. My eyesight's going.
It's like somebody shot him with a 22.
The thing that I am annoyed by in Strange New Worlds is how often they make references to television from the last 20, 30 years. Eric's joke about Gray's Space Academy, or the Gray's
Academy. Space Academy is a great one. That's a great one.
I'm giving away a joke. I didn't mean to. Sorry, Joe. It'll still hit. I guarantee you. The problem I have so much is that they'll do like, oh, this is the episode that's like a Shonda Rhimes courtroom drama. Like, wow, that's specific to everyone but me. I have no idea what that is. This one is, they're doing basically Knives Out. They're doing this like mystery.
Dude, it's fucking
but it's cute
and out. And it wasn't this Picard's thing, by the way.
Oh, it was Picard's thing to do a mystery novel. Absolutely. As Joe pointed out in the beats, and
in that century go, I know 1960s. Fuck. What?
Well, here's another thing that I'd love to throw in. I hope I'm not giving away a Townsville tidbit here, Joe, but both times that you had Dixon Hill, played by Jean-Luc Picard, and now you've got, oh my God, what's this detective's name again?
I'm already forgetting. Amelia Moon.
Amelia Moon.
Let's stick with Carmen Sandiego, because that's
this Carmen Sandiego part that La'an is playing. She, just like Jean-Luc Picard, suddenly has an American accent. I kind of love that.
And other actors got to play use their natural accents. Like
me, I didn't even catch on.
Now, Jess Bush, is she Australian?
She is.
Oh my God, I'm
so she was able to use her natural Australian accent, so to speak.
Oh, that is hilarious. Oh, so real accents. Dr. Mabenga, that actor is English, right?
Yes. So the only one who actually changed was Lon, I think.
That's really awesome. I really dug that. All right, gentlemen, I think we should jump ahead. All righty, let's talk about our most valuable players this week. Lots of praise has been thrown around for some great actors on this show. Joe, let's start with you. Who is your MVP for this episode, A Space Adventure Hour?
I'm going to predict a unanimous decision here. I could be wrong, but it's, of course it's La'an, and that's played by Christina Chong. I mean, it was her episode. Everyone else was just a supporting player and not that supporting in a lot of cases. So yeah, I mean, we've already sung her praises. It's her for me.
All right, Eric. Who's your MVP?
No, me too. I gotta say, I'll make a weird prediction. Maybe I'll be wrong, because who the fuck knows? I think this was her breakout moment, much like the Spock finally showing emotion episode on, what was it, This Side of Paradise or what?
Oh, exactly. Yes.
Yeah. I think this is her breakout moment on the show.
Wow. That's
And
really
I
great.
think you see, like, I don't think she becomes like the person, but I think you will see her far more prominently now.
I have to agree. I have to agree because I have never liked her so much.
Dude, she sing, dance, like she carried that whole ridiculous holograph thing. And there's one cool thing she did that that made me love her even more. Like, as much as I hated that first moment where they got close, I realized you needed that moment to set up that she's starting to have feelings for him. Was the moment in the holodeck where Spock gets shot.
Yeah.
She has this reaction of, oh my God, like somebody that I really care about. You know what I mean? Like there was this moment where before she was always holding it back. Like that's where it came out. And that led so naturally into her speech at the end. And for the two of them going in for the kiss, like God bless her for that. Like that's somebody who just made that whole thing feel like a really natural journey.
So let's actually get to my MVP for this one. I think it's Jonathan Frakes.
Oh, okay.
He didn't write the episode. I think they looked at it and said, well, this is going to be a comedy episode in a lot of ways. You know, you get Frakes when you're doing those. But I think he pushed a lot of performances to, I would say, really good places. I think he set up a mystery pretty well. I mean, even though I knew that wasn't the real Spock, so I knew something was going to happen to him, but I sure didn't know that he was the killer. That's crazy. I would give it to him, but I also have a tidbit for when we do tidbits, Joe. So yeah, I'm gonna go Jonathan Frakes, even though I absolutely love what Christina Chong did. I think she made herself a legend.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Listen, I love Jonathan Frakes. I fucking love that guy. I think he's a great director. I think he's just an all-round dude. Like I really dig him. Really like him.
Star Trek. You can tell he loves it.
But it just makes me mad about the way they treated The Final Frontier. Like that, like there's one thing that makes me genuinely angry about that show, and that was the treatment of that. Now, having said that, yeah, I like, you don't get me to cheer for that kiss unless you lead me to it. And listen, dude, visually, really interesting shots.
Yeah.
You know, where Scotty starts talking to Uhura, and for the first time, you're sort of looking.
How about that?
Over the bridge.
That was
and
cool.
You gotta know, like, you can tell the order they shot those scenes because you don't bring in Pike that day to sit in the chair.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? But I will say this about Frakes, and this is why, like, Frakes loves actors. He kept them there for that opening. He kept them there for that, for the opening master.
Yeah.
You saw him, and he turned that camera around and boom, 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 and then he got to go to his trailer.
That was a pretty amazing moment of Scotty not wanting to come onto the bridge because A, he doesn't have a good reason to be there. He only has bad reasons to be there. And B, it also reminded me of an early Wesley Crusher scene where he would hide in the doorway, but he couldn't actually come on the bridge. I mean, it's something that happened on Frakes' version of Star Trek. And he showed us a different way of seeing that. And I love it because it makes the bridge a very serious place, which it should be.
Which it should, but I just found it odd that as we went back and forth, Scotty steps into the doorway, not much further. Pike looks over at him and then looks back to the view screen and said, well, this is your senior engineer at this
Pike
moment.
is the worst captain in Starfleet. Jesus Christ. They survived the fucking wave, and the captain of your starship's reaction is, oh, no. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Again,
Eric,
tip of the cap to number one, who I
Yeah.
fucking love.
Rebecca Romaine, once again, had a great episode, was really terrific in this episode.
And her hair is back to normal. Thank God.
You know,
I think that we are seeing so much more, and I said this last week, we're seeing so much more Anson Mount than we are Christopher Pike. And that's why they played up the character of TK. That's why he chewed all the scenery as this, drunken, regretful, broken producer. He really wants to play roles like that. That happens all the time on Star Trek. It's like, oh, Brent Spiner wants to be a jerk again. Let's pull out lore.
right.
Let's pull out, one of the doctors that created these androids. The Soongs. Let's pull out another Soong. But I think there is an element, and this is just a theory of mine. The new Star Trek, especially, has been hated on loudly by Bill Shatner. And I actually think that they were like, hey, Shatner, boom. Honestly, I think that was there.
I definitely agree. I just thought there was a better way to do that.
Oh, sure, there's a better way.
Horrible timing. Don't do that. Don't alienate Trek fans now.
And you can go Shatner without going, hey, Star Trek.
Well, I mean, yeah, there was I wish I had a picture of it. The outfit that was being worn by Nurse Chapel's character in the fake A Space Adventure Hour, it looked an awful lot like Terry Garr's outfit Assignment Earth.
Oh my God. Yeah, a little bit. You know what I kept thinking watching that? What you want to know, one spoof on that whole series that really got it right was Galaxy Quest.
Oh yeah. I was actually going to say that I think do you remember when Erica Ortegas she and her character sits down at the con and it's all like these things, and that was from Galaxy Quest.
Well, yeah, but Galaxy Quest had like one. It wasn't like,
well,
do you know what I mean? It wasn't like a bunch of Tinker Toys sticking out of the, like, I mean, come on. You had a chance to do something really cool, and
they just weren't going to build that. And they really wanted to make a joke about it looking cheap. And that's,
there's ways to do that without looking. I think I'm honestly, I think it feels like somebody has insulted a friend of mine. I'm serious.
I got you.
That's how it makes me feel seeing something like that.
I got you. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
all right, gentlemen, I'm gonna take us to this section right here. It's time for Townsend's Tidbits, where our very own Joe Townsend likes to point out little things in this episode you might have missed. We call them the tidbits. I've got one or two to throw in if Joe didn't find them, and he probably did. But let's talk to you, Joe Townsend, Commander. What kind of tidbits do you have for the kids this week?
Well, thank you, Captain. We have a few of them. These are mainly courtesy of TrekMovie.com. One thing I actually this I'll credit to myself because I happen to notice it. So the off-screen voice who's feeding lines to the alien on The Last Frontier, that is Jonathan Frakes speaking, by the way. So that was cool.
Frank he played the director. The director
He played the director, exactly.
So cool. I love that.
We already mentioned the Riker's maneuver with the captain's chair getting broken. That was probably my favorite moment of the whole show. Harkening back to Pike's reference to the recreation room, which of course was referred to in the animated series originally. So this isn't totally without precedent as far as a holodeck being on the Enterprise.
Right.
What else we got? A couple of first-time references to 1960s folks like William Morris of the William Morris Agency, and of course Johnny Carson. I don't think we've ever heard those names mentioned before.
Oh yeah.
What else we got?
Wow.
I found this interesting. According to Spock, celluloid film was discontinued in the 22nd century, and he says probably to the genre's detriment. So can't argue with that. And you know what, John? I think it's time for you to throw in a couple.
Yes. So let me. I'm going to do a little screen share here. Joe, remind me because I did. Who was the villain on the Last Frontier?
The villain? Oh, I can't tell you the name. I mean, it was Evil Puppet Woman.
So, Evil Puppet Woman, who made me laugh. I mean, she was very funny with those eyeballs. She's holding like the Muppet sticks to, have those eyeballs.
Hilarious. Anyway,
and I was like, who was she? Who played that? Because actually, it was the actress Kira Guloyan. We've seen her already. She is from Wedding Bell Blues. She is the bartender that they hired with the 3 arms. That same actress played the villainess in the Last Frontier episode.
And I introduced this character, and we're still waiting for her to appear, again. I mean, but
I love her. I think she's a great.
That becomes a thing. That would be fun. Like she just pops up as little oddball aliens. That would be fun.
I mean, I think she's crushing it. That's 2 for 2 characters that I loved that she's played. So, Kira Guloyan. I'm gonna say that's how I pronounce it, and I'm sure I'm wrong. So I had that, and did I have anything else? Joe, did you have anything else?
No, I think that wraps up what I had. That was most interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of covered all the other stuff in the course of our discussion thus far. I mean, obviously, there's lots of harkening back to past Trek.
There is, and I do especially love the catch that you put into the beats, which was that Rebecca Romaine's character in the hologram, in the holo novel or whatever it is, Sonny Lupino, actually was very much based on Lucille Ball.
Oh, sure. I mean, they described her relationship with Desi. Yeah.
That was great. I also thought it was very weird that the actor who plays Erica Ortega's, Melissa Navia, looks so strange with the wig.
Better, in my opinion.
And this was, I want to give honorable mention to the actress who plays Uhura, Celia Rose Gooding. I thought she was just doing some great work.
Yeah, I thought she did terrific.
So, and I don't know. I mean, I generally really like Anson Mount, but his character's TK Bellows, I really thought was, this is a phrase I never use, but I think you know what I mean when I say his portrayal was a hat on a hat.
Yeah.
Like he did a funny wig and funny teeth and a funny voice and funny
a fake gut, I think.
Yeah, like they put a gut on him. Like there was a lot that they did to try to really make this a comedy character, and I'm sure that's part of the red herring too. It's like, oh come on, we know he can't be the bad guy. He just isn't like good enough. And that turned out to be true.
I'm wondering if there's an inside joke as far as what TK stands for in relation to Roddenberry. Yeah.
I have no idea. I mean, I feel like they were coming for Gene in a you can't catch us doing it way. I think they were trying to be clever. And hey, we're old Trekkers. We saw it. We know what we're looking at. But maybe if you're younger than us, you're like, oh, it wasn't that bad. Come on, guys. I don't know. We have one more thing to do this week, Eric, and it's a little something that our very own Joe Townsend worked on. And I'm going to load it up right now. The Comic-Con, it's over, right?
It was this past weekend, yes.
The Comic-Con happened in San Diego, and they revealed a lot of news about upcoming Star Trek. And our very own Joe Townsend, maybe that's not the name we should use, filed a story. And here it is.
Tonight, an SB80 special bulletin. All the Star Trek news you want, and maybe some you don't. From San Diego Comic-Con 2025, this is your roving reporter, Joe Burgundy, with the scoop, as conveyed by only about 1 million other YouTubers this past week. Con! Star Trek's first audio podcast series. The official synopsis. Star Trek Con explores the untold events on Ceti Alpha 5, chronicling Khan's descent from a superhuman visionary into the vengeful villain seen in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. The series debuts on Star Trek Day, September 8th. I gotta say, this sounds pretty cool.
It does.
The cast includes George Takei as Sulu and Tim Russ as Tuvok. Naveen Andrews of Lost plays Khan, and Rin Schmidt appears as Khan's devoted and doomed wife, Marla McGivers. The radio play is based on a story by Nicholas Meyer, who originally conceived the story as a television miniseries. The podcast is written by Kirsten Beyer and David Mack, and is directed by Fred Greenlaw. New episodes of the miniseries will be available every Monday through November 3rd, wherever you listen to your podcasts. What's this? We're not even halfway through Strange New World Season 3, and we already have a teaser for Season 4. It's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights. It's time to meet the Trekkers on the Trekker Show tonight. Yes, fellow Trekkers, it's real. It's not a gag. It's not April Fool's Day. There will be a special puppet episode of Strange New Worlds next season. This photo is not doctored or photoshopped in any way.
Nope.
This is the Pike. We'll be seeing what promises to be the goofiest Trek ever. Well, except for maybe Spock's brain. Now, this photo is doctored and photoshopped. Duh. But hey, if they're going to do it, why not go whole hog? Star Trek and pigs in space would be the ultimate crossover. Hey, at least as good as Strange New Worlds crossing over with Lower Decks, right? And this could feature Kermit the Mutant Gorn and Fozzie the Redshirt, who gets vaporized in the first few minutes. Star Trek Gold, baby! The big Trek news is Starfleet Academy, the new adventures of a fresh batch of 32nd century cadets, the first such class in 120 years. Leading the way are some genuine A-listers, giving the show some legitimacy. Can the likes of Holly Hunter, Paul Giamatti, Tig Notaro, and Robert Picardo lead these Trekker teens to glorious outer space adventure? You be the judge. Leading the cadets is Captain Nala Aki of the USS Athena, who moonlights as the Chancellor of Starfleet Academy. Oh, and she's half Lathanite, the same species as Pelia from Strange New Worlds. I hate to say it, but she looks a little uncomfortable in that oversized captain's chair. Jet Reno transfers over from the USS Discovery, later to be banished to the ass end of space to await her Calypso. Hopefully, the cranky engineer will get more screen time at the Academy. Nuff said. Hey, the holographic Doctor is back. Is it the original, or the Xerox copy left behind in the Delta Quadrant? time will tell. Watch out for Nusbraka, the season's villain, who's part Klingon, part Tellarite, and looks like neither. He has a sketchy past and has a connection to one of the cadets. Our introduction to him in the teaser is him walking down the corridor with his entourage, whistling the Alexander Courage Star Trek theme. A truly cringeworthy break the fourth wall moment. Oh yeah, and then there's Tilly. She's not in the teaser trailer, but she'll turn up at some point.
Will she?
Also visiting from time to time, and bringing him some pomp and circumstance, is Admiral Vance. Meet the cadets, a crew of pretty boys and girls, not the least bit motley. All are cast in desperate hopes of capturing the ever-elusive 20-something demographic. They are the best and the brightest, and will all become the big men and women on campus. They're all assigned to the USS Athena, which will make for some super fun field trips. Caleb Meir, the James Dean reincarnate rebel without a clue. Sam, a happy-go-lucky newborn hologram, a photonic protege for the Doctor. Genesis Lythe, a Darshaw, a brand new alien species. Darren Ramey, the rich kid. He's a Canonian who looks entirely human.
Reggie Manson.
Yeah, maybe makeup forgot to apply his forehead ridges. Finally, there is J. Din Krog. A hyphen has been placed cleverly in the first name, so as not to confuse the character with Jaden Smith. He's a Klingon that wants to be a doctor when he grows up. Speaking of Klingons, yes, that odd-looking alien is a half Klingon, half Jem'Hadar female? Wait a minute. There are no Jem'Hadar women. They are super soldiers bred for battle, and are all men. Well, I guess we'll get some kind of lame explanation.
Nature,
one has to wonder,
finds a way.
How horny would either a Klingon or a Jem'Hadar have to get before they decided to hook up? One thing's for sure, the Klingons sure get around in the 32nd century. This one is first officer on the USS Athena and oversees the cadets while planetside at the Academy. Now for a few glimpses of the Academy grounds. Boy, they sure like to drop names here. Lots of random characters listed. Nope, no pandering fan service here. Well, this reporter will not list them all here. This photo is all over the internet anyway. But I will tip my hat to Admiral Harry Kim, who ultimately escaped Ensign Hell.
Oh man.
Way to go, Harry. Oh boy, we finally get to see whatever happened to Benjamin Sisko. Yeah, right. This reporter will believe it when he sees it. But isn't it interesting that Sisko is shown here in silhouette? Maybe the producers would have to pay Avery Brooks too much to use his likeness. Hey, there's some other neat stuff before the teaser trailer ends. Behold, the state-of-the-art USS Athena. Is it just me, or does it look like a giant Teflon frying pan? Where the hell are the nacelles? There's Captain/Chancellor Eki, stooping a bit and leaning awkwardly against a glass partition. She's offering some inspirational words of wisdom at a cadet pep rally. The Doctor and Admiral Vance look on with pride. Speaking of school spirit, let's chant the words on these banners. Duty and loyalty and honor, oh my! Come on, cadets, shout it loud and proud like you got a pair. There's a Romulan. Or are they called something different now that Vulcan is now called Navarre? I'll continue the narration.
This is, yeah, I was going to say.
We don't know why this guy's standing on a chair, and I assumed it was probably part of just a big kegger. So, Trekkers, get ready for a completely unique Academy experience, the likes of which you've never seen. Well, maybe you've seen it once or twice before. But, if we're lucky, maybe it will at least be Trek's ripoff of Hogwarts. But alas, more likely, it will be more like this. Food fight! Okay, let's move on. One more exciting news flash in tonight's special bulletin. Can't wait. And now, an SB80 exclusive. Hold on to your phasers. This is the Star Trek series we've all been waiting for. CPO Eric Kramer will be starring in this instant classic, which promises to be light on compelling science fiction adventure, but heavy on the daytime drama we all crave. Eric's embrace of the soap opera elements of Strange New Worlds caught the attention of Trek head honcho Alex Kurtzman, which led to his casting in the lead role of this exciting new Trek serial. We can't wait to tune in, Eric, but something tells me we'll be waiting a long time for this one. That's our special bulletin for now. Until next time, this is your roving reporter, Joe Burgundy, signing off. Stay classy, SB80. Good old weather internet thingy.
Seriously, I've been experimenting a little with the art, but
I like the art. The art's great.
I love it. Eric, I just want to congratulate you on your new series.
You're all laughing. That's $1 million idea.
Well,
if they just completely gave in, right? Instead of just poking at it,
just call it what it is.
Completely gave in to like nighttime soap opera.
Just hit the nail squarely.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
let it happen.
Just don't hit it every third try. Just bam, bam, bam.
You know, guys, I love Star Trek as we all do. I try to keep an open mind. I'm still going to try to do so, but man, that Starfleet Academy and that puppet episode. Oh,
I know it doesn't need to be said, but when has that ever stopped me from saying it? A musical episode, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
A puppet episode, Angel.
Yep.
Oh,
Joss Whedon has already done this stuff years ago, like decades ago. This is insane, especially. And I was complaining to Joe earlier, Eric, about this. There is a filter. There's an AI filter that people are using to make them look like Muppets. That filter, as far as I know, costs almost nothing. The amount of money they spent to make puppets for this episode, for something people can do free on their phones, is so stupid. They're patting themselves on the back for doing a Muppet episode. What?
They are leaning into it. I'll say that they are absolutely leaning into this puppet episode, and I'm just like, what? I just want Spock to be happy. I just want him. I just want Spock to be in a relationship. I want Spock to find his Mr. Big.
Well, I mean,
that's all I want.
Most people would say that he and Kirk eventually become, a great couple. I've never invested in that myself, but the great friendship of his life is still waiting to happen. I think it's nice that he's
but I mean, in the meantime, while we're waiting for that.
Well, I think Spock will find his Mr. Big, but it'll be the Zachary Quinto version of it.
Tell us what you're doing this weekend.
Well, thank you, John, for putting this up briefly. Yes, this weekend I will be joining our good friend of the show, Tony Luna, as he performs with Western Standard Time. They are an LA-based ska orchestra. They'll be playing in Santa Cruz Saturday. Show starts at 9:00. And hey, if you're in the area, come on by and look for me. Look for us. Love to see you.
That's all happening at Moe's Alley. You can get your tickets at moesalley.com. Tony is a fantastic musician. The music that he loves is so great. So,
It is.
and Joe, you've been to many of his performances. I haven't.
Oh
been to
yes,
one.
I mean Tony's group, as we know, is the one that he headlines is Los Hooligans, based here in Fresno, and we're looking forward to some gigs in the very near future with those guys. And he plays with Western Standard Time and other groups. He's phenomenally talented and just a super great guy. Love him so much.
Nice.
And he's going to be joining us, as we'll see in a moment, on Sunday.
That's right. That's right. This coming Sunday, we have got a big Retro Rangers where we are going. You know, I haven't crash tested yet. I'll figure it out. But we'll
get puppet stacked it out.
we want to watch.
I hear there's an app, John, for that.
We want to watch The Night Stalker, starring Darren McGavin.
Oh,
Introducing Kolchak, the Night Stalker, in a made-for-TV movie.
Oh, that's so awesome.
And we want to watch these movies, and you know, there's two of them. This was the first one, The Night Stalker. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Joe, what can you tell the folks about this made-for-TV movie?
Oh, out in 1972, starring Darren McGavin, who you might know as the old man in A Christmas Story. But here first, he played Carl Kolchak, a kind of a rumpled old reporter based in Vegas, when he comes across a little vampire action there in the city of sin.
I remember.
Yeah.
Huge movie when we were kids.
Family in front of the TV.
Yeah. Made-for-TV movies used to be awesome when we were kids.
Yeah.
They would make incredible movies. So yeah, we're going to be bringing that to you this Sunday, and that'll be fun. Gentlemen, what have we learned from this week's episode? Mr. Kramer.
You know what we learned? Every character gets a chance.
Oh, I like that.
Every character gets a chance. I have to say, I'm actually, what we learned, I'm actually ending this one on a positive one, because I did. I yelped out loud when they kissed. I was so happy for the two of them. And like I say, I've embraced the soap opera. If it's going to be a soap opera, then I'm gonna watch it like I did when I watched Days of Our Lives back in the day.
Joe, do you feel you've learned anything this week, and what would that be?
Well, of course, you learn something new with every episode, you know, good or bad. You know, what did I learn? I learned that every turd has its moments. I guess
That's
a weird analogy, but
every turd has its
every turd has its shine.
Thank you. That's what I was looking for, Eric.
There we go.
All right, and I've learned that I have a huge crush on Kira Guloian, and that's not going anywhere. As long as she's around to play characters, I'm there for that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, season two is hers.
That is it for us this week. Special long ass episode. I hope you stayed with us till the end. Gentlemen, I will see you next Thursday night, where we will break down what's the name of the next episode, Joe?
Through the Lens of Time.
The Lens of Time. And until then,
That's a title we've never seen before.
Oh.
Here are the coming attractions for the Weber Internet thingy. Live long and prosper, you beautiful, beautiful beings. We'll see you next week.
Weber Internet thingy. Weber Internet thingy. Weber Internet thingy. Come on, check this out. Weber Internet thingy. Weber Internet thingy. Weber Internet thingy. The good times are never in doubt. Weber Internet thingy. Come on, enjoy the fun. Weber Internet thingy. We've got the blues on the run. Get away from that big mean world and come have lots of dumb fun. CPO.com.